Everywhere we've been on this trip, we've been pleasantly surprised at how people use spaces to play different types of sports, and it's no different here in Cambodia. We're just outside of the city of Siem Reap, and the boys behind me are playing a form of beach volleyball, 2v2 volleyball, and we've seen this everywhere we've gone in Cambodia, and it's really been pleasantly surprising to know that something like volleyball is quite important here. Now, Cambodia's had an amazing history and lots of different cultural influence, as well as kind of a tragic episodes to their history as well. Now, you may probably know that Cambodia was a French colony, and the French brought several European-type sports, and incredibly the sport of petanque or lawn bowling is very popular here in Cambodia as well as things like athletics. A lot of the provincial areas, the kids and the young people have developed such a good stamina and endurance that they're very good at long-distance running. There's also a love affair of football here. Every different small spaces, even in the cities, kids are out playing football, and the people love to watch English Premiership. Now, they've also got a love affair for gambling, and I'm told that a lot of the volleyball courts is a system where people will gamble against each other and try to prove their sporting prowess, and football is also a big way to gamble. Now, recently we spoke to the National Olympic Committee, and they told us a lot about what's going on here, including during the Khmer regime in the 1970s, that sport was completely wiped off the face of Cambodia, and they literally had to rebuild, starting in the 1980s, any sort of sport infrastructure and culture here in Cambodia. Now, the Olympic Committee is working on several different sports, including several of the martial arts, one of which is the indigenous sport Khmer boxing, as well as other martial arts. And it's really a fantastic story of what they're trying to do. Now, they're also trying to bring in different events to Cambodia. I know next year there's the Tour of Cambodia, which is a bike race. They're trying to bring in a golf event as well, stuff that maybe not is as familiar to Cambodia as you would think. And eventually, the Cambodians would like to host the biggest event that's important to them, is the Southeast Asia Games, which is a smaller, kind of a multi-sport version of the Olympics, and that takes place in Southeast Asia every few years. And then they try to advance to the Asia Games, which is the big continental games, and the ultimate dream is the Olympics, which was made very popular by the Beijing Games, which were held recently in 2008, which brings a little bit of the Olympic movement here in Cambodia. So it's a fascinating story here in Cambodia, and we've had a good time checking it out.